Go.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Noreen from Cruising with the Ryans, and we're very excited to have our cruise director, Michele, with us today on the beautiful Wonder of the Seas. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
We're very excited to be able to chat with you for a few minutes. First, I think I'd just like to ask how long you've been working with Royal Caribbean.
Yes, I've been working with Royal Caribbean since 2012, so it's 11 years now, long time.
How many different ships have you been on?
Oh, many. I think I've done pretty much every single class of ship. I started, the first ship was the Mariner of the Seas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then after that I've been on the Rhapsody, Liberty, Enchantment, Freedom. I've done all Oasis class ships, the good old Splendor of the Seas, which is obviously no longer with us, but yes, many different ships. And now here I am, biggest in the world, very proud.
And we just finished the tribute to the veterans, which was by far one of the best tributes that we have ever seen on Royal Caribbean.
Oh my gosh.
And it was just fabulous. And what a wonderful venue to do it in the main theater, where there was a full orchestra and everything else. So tell us a little bit about your typical day. I mean, you have a lot of people. How many people are you responsible for?
Yes, so the entertainment team on board the Wonder, it's quite big. It's just over 210 people.
Wow.
Including all the entertainers, the musicians, the activity staff, the youth staff, sports team, all the technicians as well, the dancers, skaters, divers. It's a big team. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And how involved do you get with hiring those people? Do you do some of the hiring, like for your activity staff?
Right. No, the hiring is managed by Shoreside. So there is a dedicated website where the new people that are interested in coming to work for us, they can apply, they can send their resume online, and then there is a dedicated team Shoreside that deals with that, and they do all the screening, they make sure that they have the right skills that we need for that specific position, and then they send the different crew to the different ships as needed.
Sure.
We are involved somehow with the process on board only if it's already a crew member. You know, sometimes it happens that there is a crew member that from one department wants to move to a different one.
Sure.
And then obviously we try to facilitate that task, and we interview the crew member on board, and if they have the skills that they need, then they can move, and maybe they are working as a lifeguard on board, but then they have the skills to become a technician, then we will interview them on board, and then we have this what we call interdepartmental transfers.
Oh, that's great. So, and there's a lot of career opportunities with Royal Caribbean.
Absolutely.
Did you start out as a cruise director?
No, I started 11 years ago in 2012 as a cruise director staff.
Okay.
So I was one of the staff, and I was the one doing like the activities and the trivias, the karaoke.
Okay,
you know,
so you were
all
running
fun.
the game shows and having everybody get
Correct.
answers to the questions.
Yes.
And
Yes, and then slowly.
were you ever the bingo caller?
I was.
Yeah.
I was, and my bingo host was Lucky Money Mickey. Yes, that was my bingo host name.
Oh, fun. And you got to wear those cute bingo shirts?
Yes,
Yeah.
the bingo shirts, and we had all those little gifts and the toys, the stuffed toys.
Giveaways,
The giveaways.
That's a lot of fun.
Yes.
And you also have some responsibility over Adventure Ocean, right?
Yes,
The children's
absolutely.
program.
Yes.
And that is, I think, although we don't have children that participate in that program, I think it's a fabulous one.
Yes, definitely.
I hear children all over the ship talking about, I want to go to the kids club. Oh, I had so much fun today. And
Yes.
I can remember times when the children would all get dressed up like pirates and have on, you know, a patch on their eye and walk around the ship and the parades and everything like that. So that was a lot of fun.
Right.
And that's probably a fun thing to be involved with for you
yes,
as well.
For sure it is. No, and you're right. The Adventure Ocean program, it's an award-winning program.
Yes.
We're very proud of having one of the best team here on board the Wonder of the Seas. And as you said, everything starts from there. Because
sure.
of course we have a lot of families coming on
That's
board,
right.
and the parents want to make sure that their kids are well looked after and they're entertained and they're having fun. So mom and dad can also have some free time, and go up to the shows.
And in essence, you're sort of bringing up the children to be loyal to Royal Caribbean because they're having a wonderful time on their vacation and they're wanting to go again.
Right.
Let's go to Coco Cay again, or let's do this, or let's do that.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's a lot of fun for them because the parents don't have to worry about what am I going to do, what should the children do today and things like that.
They're little Pinnacle members in progress.
Yeah, up and coming Pinnacle members.
Up and coming
for
Pinnacle,
sure,
exactly.
For sure. So, what is your favorite part of your job? What's the thing you like most? Like, for example, you do entertainment today. Every day you take a show to be shown, for several hours in the morning and starting at midnight usually, right? And talk about what's coming up for the next day.
Exactly.
You always have jokes. You had a funny joke about chickens, and we won't
the
go into
Italians.
that. Yeah, the chickens and the Italians. But where do you get all those jokes?
Well, it comes a little bit from my own little research. Some of the jokes I knew this joke since many years ago, and I always try. Of course, I'm Italian, as you can probably tell. I move my hands quite a bit, so I always try, to bring some of my background and my personality into the show. On a ship like this, it's not easy for a cruise director to interact with all the 6,000 plus guests that we have on board.
Sure.
So that's actually a very useful, it's a very good tool that we have here, the Entertainment Today show. So that's one more way for me to try and connect somehow with the audience, even if it's just on TV. But then you'll be surprised how many guests they see me around the ship and say, "Oh, you are the guy from the TV.
Yes,
we watch you every morning. We like your jokes." Some people also tell me that they don't really like my jokes.
Do they give you new jokes?
They do.
Tell?
They
do.
That's
fun.
So that's another source that I use, thanks to all of you, to the guests. And sometimes they come and they stop me because I ask for it. They say, "If you have any jokes, as you can tell, my jokes are not very good. So please feel free, stop me, and I'll be happy to expand my repertoire of jokes." And so that happens as well. And that's
we say that about our YouTube channel. We say, we're not the best. We don't do the greatest editing. We're not professional photographers, but we have a great time doing it. And that's why we like to talk to cruise directors and passengers and take pictures of the rooms that we stay in and the different ports we visit. So before you worked for Royal Caribbean, obviously you had some other things to do. Were you in the world of entertainment? What did you do?
So I was in not entertainment, but I was working in tourism already.
Okay, tourism.
Yes, so I was a tour guide.
Oh,
I was
really?
a tour guide for 4.5 years back in Europe.
In Italy?
Also in Italy, but mainly in Europe, all over Europe.
All over
so
Europe.
I was taking groups, I was a tour guide, running these bus tours across Europe.
Oh, fun.
We would normally leave from the UK and then tour the whole of Europe, sometimes 30 days, 45 days on a bus.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Going to visit
with the same group of people.
Yes, with the same group of people.
So you got to know those passengers very well.
Very well. After 45 days, I'm telling you, 50 guests on the bus, and then myself as a guide and the driver next to me, and we will take them to get to know the beauty of Europe and Italy. Of course, being my country, I was particularly passionate about that.
So, like in a typical trip like that, you visited multiple countries.
Yes.
How did you learn about all of the different things that you were going to bring the people to see? That was a lot of homework you had to do.
It was. It was, and we actually had to go through a very thorough selection process.
Yes.
And we actually did an on-the-road training trip that lasted for 2 months.
Oh my goodness.
So it was a bunch of wanting to be tour guides on a 2 month trip across Europe, and during those 2 months we were learning as much as possible about the history, geography, the politics, everything and the local culture, so that we were then able to share all this knowledge with the guests that we would then welcome on our tours.
So when you are on ships that are in Europe, like when you were on the Wonder last and you were still in Europe, that was probably a real benefit, because when you would go to various ports, you would be able to share all of that knowledge that you have.
Yes.
Wow, and you should write a book about that.
That's a good idea.
My life as a tour guide and cruise director.
And cruise director.
Oh, that would be a fabulous book. I would buy that.
Would you?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
You definitely you've got your first.
My
sale.
first sale. There you go. Then you give me an idea here. I'm gonna work on it.
Yeah, we don't want you to get a YouTube channel, because then you would compete with us.
I'll take you.
Really don't.
I won't do that. I won't do that.
We really don't think that we need any more. There's so many people that do YouTube about cruising that we're the tiny little fish in the big ocean of YouTubers, but we have such a marvelous time doing it, and it gives us a great excuse to get better acquainted with everybody.
Yes.
You know, and I know you have a lot of things to do today, so we don't want to take up all your time, but we will ask you to do one little favor for us, if you would, and that is look in the camera and ask people to subscribe to Cruising with the Ryans.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. You've seen that's where all the inside information about Royal Caribbean ships comes from. So hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to subscribe to Cruising with the Ryans. This is coming from your cruise director Michele from Italy, on board the largest cruise ship in the world, the Wonder of the Seas.
And thank you so much. It was fabulous having the opportunity to talk with you, and we appreciate the
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.
And remember, smooth sailing and safe vacations.